Well, good morning. Long time no speak. Today you join me on the Watkins path. So I feel like I need to apologise, and that's never good when you start off a vlog apologising. But I do generally feel I have to apologise for not being on the channel for, well, the best part of 3.5 months now. And yeah, for that I'm sorry. But as we go through today's vlog, I'll try and explain exactly what I've been up to and yeah, why I've not been on the channel. I've not been lazy, trust me, I've not been lazy. It's just sort of circumstances have changed and yeah, it's been a little bit more difficult to get out here, but as the day goes on, I'll explain why. So I think the first reason is because it's been summer. It's much more difficult as a photographer to get out, certainly for sunrise and sunset, with them being so far apart, early mornings, very late nights. So yeah, it's been difficult to get out through the summer. That's probably the first reason. Whew, so I've just lost the first layer already. It's warmer than it looks. So I think I'm making my way to my first composition of the day, just under these trees here. I've just come slightly off the path to try and get the waterfall here. The beauty about this place is there's a number of waterfalls all the way up. I'm not sure how far it goes up and how many waterfalls there are, but there's so many little sections that head all the way up the path. So I'm going to stick to this route. I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I'm not going to head up to Snowdon. I'm just going to focus on some waterfall photography today and yeah, make the best of it really. Right, composition number 1 coming up. So I've just moved away from the second location. I would have explained what I was doing, but the noise there, the water rushing through, that's one thing about doing wildlife? No, they're waterfalls. It's one thing about doing waterfall photography. It's fantastic to take those shots. So wild, but yeah, you can't really explain what you're doing whilst you're stood there. This location's proven really difficult to vlog from. The noise here is just phenomenal. It's great being here, but yeah, I don't think it's doing any favours on the microphone. But yeah, I worked a couple of compositions here. I'm getting quite a bit of spray that's coming off the waterfall straight into the lens of the camera. So I've got the trusty cloth with me as well to just try and keep the spray down and try and just keep wiping the lens. But yeah, so far it's a beautiful day. It's a little bit chilly. The wind is coming over, so yeah, it's really difficult to vlog. I just hope you can hear over the sound of obviously the rushing water and the wind as well. Yeah, some gusts. I believe the weather forecast is saying there's gusts up to 45 miles an hour. I can well and truly believe that today. So I've reached as high as I'm going to go today, I think. There's a small old disused building which I'm going to photograph, which I tried to get to last time, but the rain just got to me a little bit too much here. So yeah, I'm going to retake this shot again and then work my way around the other side of the river. So yeah, oh, it's just amazing getting out though. Today is, well, it's quite chilly, quite breezy. As you can tell, it's bright, it's sunny, it's lovely. So reason number two why it's taken me so long to come out and actually do one of these vlogs, well, quite simply, I've been promoted in work. Now yes, that's a good thing, and I'm not trying to play that down at all. It's something that I've kind of been looking at for a while, and the opportunity was there, went for it and got it. But what it does mean is I've spent the last 11 years doing nights. Well, this new role is pretty much the same job, more money, but on days. Now previously I worked 4 on 4 off on the night shift, which gave me ample time to come out to locations like this and do what I wanted. Now the same sort of shift pattern is still there. It's 4 on, 4 off, 12-hour shifts, but on days. And it's taken me some time to get used to going from nights to days. I really didn't think it would be as difficult as it would be, but getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to getting to work for 6, yeah, it's quite difficult. Certainly when you're used to spending the last 11 years getting up when you want to in the afternoon, sort of milling around the house all day and then heading off to work at 4:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, that's been probably the main reason why I found it difficult to come out to these locations. I've been exhausted. Plus I've been doing, there's a lot more opportunity on days to do overtime as well, which I've kind of been sort of snapping away at that and yeah, trying to just get a little bit more money together. And that brings me on to reason number 3. So the third reason, and this is quite a biggie, and this is taking up quite a little bit of time, sort of organising for the big day. And when I say a big day, that's probably the big hint. I asked Sarah to marry me, and she obviously said yes. But yeah, we've decided to get married, and we're going to look at getting married in February. So yeah, there's quite a bit of planning to do, quite a bit of sort of research and finding a venue, which we've now found. But that took a few weeks, sort of trial and error of a few places, and yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be a married man. So that's 3 of the main reasons why I've not actually gone out and actually done a vlog. And for that I apologise, but yeah, things have been a little bit busy, a little bit hectic, but they're starting to calm down. Yes, obviously I've got a wedding to still plan, that's going to happen in February. But yeah, there's still quite a few things going on in the background. And I've not been lazy with my photography. I've been going out pretty much 2 or 3 times a week. I've just not had the time to sit down, edit, come out and film as well, because it does take a lot more time than I think any of you actually realise to actually produce these videos, to actually start out and actually start recording them whilst you're here, go back, edit them, get the sound mixing correct and all sorts of things like that. I've just not had the time to do them properly, and I've always said that if I haven't got the time or I'm not in the mindset to do these sort of things properly, then don't bother doing them at all. And I do certainly stick by that. I would rather have as good of a product as I can deliver to you guys than come out with half an effort really and sort of deliver something that's not really enjoyable. I hope it's enjoyable, but yeah, I'd rather give it my all, and I've just not been able to do that over the past couple of months. So yeah, please forgive me, but yeah, videos are going to start happening again. I'm going to start getting out even more, and yeah, hopefully deliver something that you guys can actually sit there and enjoy. Right, I'm going to crack on, do a bit more photography on the way down, and yeah, sort of talk it through as we go. So it's getting a little bit wild up here now. The wind's starting to pick up even more as I head down the valley. So I'm going to finish the vlog from here now, and I'll rejoin you at home and I'll go through some of the images. See you in a bit. Cheers. It always feels a little bit more personal when I do the outros from home. I'm just finishing processing the last few images from our trip to the south of France back in October. It's hard to believe a couple of weeks ago we were walking on the beach in 24-degree heat, shorts and t-shirt, brilliant sunshine, dipping our toes in the water. Oh, it was nice. But back onto the Snowdon images. What did I think? Well, the whole day was kind of filled with a little bit of disaster. As you could probably tell by that last clip, the wind started getting a little bit too strong and yeah, almost took the camera out. Where I and the camera's place, where the wind took the camera, yeah, it almost went down a bit of a ravine into the water, but yeah, I managed to save it. Another couple of issues that day was, well, the first one being the light became a little bit too harsh. We had too many harsh shadows. A lot of the waterfalls were kind of cut in two with the shadows and then the bright lights. Didn't really work for waterfall photography. Ideally, waterfall photography, like any other photography really, you need to make the light work, and unfortunately harsh light doesn't tend to work on waterfall photography. You need a fairly substantial amount of cloud cover just to soften the whole scenery, or at least when I'm shooting waterfalls, that's what I prefer. But if you want to go out and shoot in harsh light, feel free, knock yourself out, you'll still enjoy it. And my other issue, and this is just my personal issue, is it was half term, so there were lots of families walking up and down the trail. Great for a day out, but when you're trying to do photography and trying to get those images a little bit surreal, almost looking as if no one's ever discovered them before. Having a family in the background taking selfies, yeah, it doesn't work on the photography front. So again, sincere apologies for the amount of time it's taken for me to do this video. It's just been so busy, and it's going to continue to be busy, but I've got to dedicate myself, I've got to dedicate a little bit of time to myself to go out to locations like that, not like that, I mean I'd love to go back there, but back to places a little bit more local so I can get vlogs done, get out there, do some photography and enjoy making these videos, because I love them. I love making these videos, and I certainly hope that comes through. As I said on location, if I don't feel 100%, if my mindset isn't right, I can't do these videos because I don't feel my passion comes through on the camera that well. It may just be a me thing, but I just want to make sure that when I do these videos, I'm fully focused on you guys, producing something the best that I can produce. I'm certainly not one of these photography YouTube channels that keeps closing their accounts, renaming their channel, things like that. No, it's just I've been busy. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, hope you enjoyed those images. The Watkins path is certainly one, if you haven't done so already, it's certainly one to discover. And yeah, that first couple of miles on the way towards Snowdon, when you've got those waterfalls running adjacent to the path, yeah, it's a place to discover. And if you visit there with your camera, you're sure to have a bit of fun. So from Snowdon, the Watkins path last week, to Warrington today, it's time to say goodbye. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do the bits and pieces. All the best, take care. The next video out as soon as I can. Bye bye now.